Yeah.
MVP. Who are you going with the MVP here?
So this is going to tie into who wins the AFC or the NFC because Jaden can very easily win the MVP. If I have this Commanders going to the Super Bowl, you'd think that makes sense. But my bias pick, as I mentioned before, I think CJ Stroud has the opportunity to shock the world, if you will, because everyone's counting him out.
Yeah.
I've seen people say that Jared Goff is a better quarterback than CJ Stroud, and it's an argument to have. But I don't know why the CJ Stroud hate is just from 1 year. It's like he's gonna bounce back in year three, and I think if he can win an MVP over guys like Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, that is a statement. So I don't know if he does do that. It's a sleeper pick because I can't say the consensus name. I can't do it. I would love to say Joe Burrow, but I have to be doing something different that nobody else does.
I'm going with Baker
Ooh,
Mayfield.
even with the injuries. Okay. All right.
I think Baker Mayfield won last year. I mean, he had a phenomenal year.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. Third in the NFL in passing, 4,500 yards. Second in touchdowns, 41. He had 15 interceptions. I expect that to be cleaned up. But I mean, I think, this team is good. Now I know you mentioned injuries, but like I mean, they're healthy for the most part. They're just there's a couple of guys on defense that are going to return later in the year, and Chris Godwin, he's going to come back later in the year. But you still got guys like Mike Evans. You drafted Emeka Ibuka. You got Bucky Irving in the backfield. Like they're solid in the offensive line department. I mean, they're not a bad O line. And Baker's got a chip on his shoulder once again. His offensive coordinator left. I know he's got a new new man over there, but like I just I think Baker Mayfield is the most motivated player in the league because everyone counts him out. Let's not forget the Buccaneers almost beat the Commanders in the wild card round. If it wasn't for Baker fumbling the ball on that jet sweep, we could be talking about a completely different game there. And then the year before that, they gave the Lions a game, man. They
Yeah.
really they really tested Detroit. I think Baker Mayfield is going to have a heck of a year. I think he's going to prove everybody wrong again. And the Buccaneers have found their quarterback. That's their guy.
I
He
like
is the
Baker.
man. Imagine stepping into Tom Brady's shoes and having to do this good. Like he's doing exactly what he said he was going to do when Tampa signed him. They
Yeah.
took a gamble on him. People didn't know if Baker Mayfield could still play or not. But now you have a coach that believes in you. You have an
Hmm.
organization that believes in you. Mike Evans believes in him. That helps. And now he's a leader too. He's one of the best leaders in the league. And I'm very predicated on these quarterbacks, and them being vocal because I just think that really helps the team win. But I think Tampa could be one of the top teams in the NFC this year. I think they didn't really have a crazy amount of change. I mean, when you look at the Lions, they had more change. That we mentioned the Eagles, but I think the Eagles still kept a lot of the solid Super Bowl pieces there. But I mean, still like Baker Mayfield, man, watch out. That is a sleeper MVP pick, and I think he could legitimately has a shot.
I like Baker. I like Baker a lot. I mean, my only concern was the injury. That's why I mentioned it because Chris Godwin out for probably half the season. The ankle's not doing well.
I think he's out for 6 weeks.
Yeah, close to it. I mean, well, depending on if he comes back. Jalen McMillan he had that neck injury in preseason. That was like if you said Baker Mayfield like a month ago, and I didn't know what was going to happen when you got Mike Evans, Baker Mayfield throwing to Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Emeka Ibuka, and Jalen McMillan. That's a receiving core right there. But
And Kate
now
Otten too.
Kate Otten's great too. It's just like the new offense is throwing me off, and I love the confidence that you're like, all right, let's go with Baker. I mean, I love the pick. It's just like with the question marks that I have, I'm like, okay, I'll see it when it happens. I mean, I'm not doubting him by any means, but it's like 37 touchdowns last year, something like that. I mean, is he going to do that again? We'll see. I
Yeah,
mean,
41. Yeah.
yeah, it was a lot. So
That's a lot. I think
yeah,
when you have Mike Evans and uh also like, that receiving core wasn't really healthy most of the year last year either. And he
true,
still had a great year.
true,
So like I think he can do more with less.
true. Yeah, I
So
love Baker. I don't hate the pick at all.
it's definitely a sleeper pick. I
Yeah.
didn't want to really go with a boring pick, but like, I mean, I think Tampa legit, like they're a team that's being slept on. Like nobody is talking about this team. Nobody is talking about Baker Mayfield.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to shed some light on Baker because he
I agree.
deserves it, man.
I agree.
He really deserves it.
Talk to me, baby. Talk to me nice. I'm from another world, baby, yeah. Broadway paradise. They think I'm way too cold, cause I put my